This podcast is brought to you and powered by Sunday Cool Teas. Watch this or listen.
What? What is that?
What is what?
I don't know. I thought I heard something. What's going on?
Did you not hear that?
No.
Hey guys, my name is O'Shea, and I work with the Ninjas or Butterflies crew here at Sunday Cool. Now, if you don't mind, I would like you to imagine something with me. Imagine you're in a meadow. It's almost sunset. The sky is full of the most beautiful colors you've ever seen. You hear what sounds like the whispers of love in the air. Love. You look around, and surrounding you are thousands of people. All these people are hugging each other, laughing, smiling, living life in its purest form. You see dudes giving high fives, children playing tug of war, families treasuring one another. Now open your eyes. I want to ask you a question. What were they wearing? You're right, they were wearing shirts. And guess who made those shirts? We did. Here at Sunday Cool. So if you want to be happy and want the war to end, order custom shirts through Sunday Cool. SundayCool.com. Let's go ahead and end this war together.
What would happen if you guys were both under general anesthetic at the same time together in the same room?
I would love that for the pod.
We would have an amazing podcast.
That would
That'd be really funny.
If
I
we
think
could,
it could be problematic.
we could both just go get our wisdom teeth taken out, and then we come immediately and just start recording a pod.
You guys would just fall asleep, probably.
It would be hilarious. I think I would be the one uncontrollably laughing, and you'd be scared. You'd be afraid of everything.
No, I'm actually really funny on anesthesia.
Really?
Like when I wake up, it's my favorite.
When's the
thing to
last
do.
time you did it?
Appendix.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun.
Although I wasn't really funny because remember they slashed my throat.
Yeah, I
dude,
don't
that
remember
was
you
because you were in
being
so
like-
much
I woke up,
pain.
I'm like, oh, my throat hurts. And like, yeah, that's normal. It wasn't normal.
No.
Not normal. Not normal.
No.
But you got paid $1 million off that lawsuit, so
I did.
Yeah.
No, actually, we have a bill to pay.
Fun.
I said,
You don't have to pay bills.
yeah,
Any bills ever.
no.
I haven't paid for one restaurant bill in I think 12 years.
That's the key to success.
Yeah. It's a key to keeping money. That would be so funny, like a Dave Ramsey show that's like really well produced, but all it is like illegal advice.
Yeah.
It's
It's like how to dine and dash.
Yeah.
Tips.
yeah.
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 Do you know what my doctor said to me today?
What?
He said, try to avoid CAT scans if you can. He said,
Radiation.
he's like, if it's necessary, then get it. But he said, you won't directly get cancer, but it increases your chances.
Right, because
With
it's
every-
radiation, right?
Yeah. And he said one CAT scan is equivalent to 2.5 years of normal radiation.
I could be wrong on this, but I looked it up when Paige had one. I think it's 1 in every 1,000 people who gets a scan gets cancer.
Jane got a scan. Jane got a CAT scan.
It's okay.
But she's not even a cat.
It could be 2,000, but
What is that?
It's the stuff that numbs canker sores.
Oh, nice.
That expired in 2022.
It did.
Kanka. That's a Kanka saw. It's an Australian brand. Josh has a very bad canker sore on his tongue. It was the size of a golf ball. Once again,
Yeah.
the Hooper curse continues.
It's just not healthy choices.
We just need, I can't wait to see the medical history on this podcast.
Would you back off?
Hey, Josh is on the ground. Should I kick him? Should I just continuously kick him?
It's
Come on,
okay.
Lord.
We're in it together.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
She cranked up your life insurance policy this weekend.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
No?
Darn
$2
it.
million.
Really?
Is that the hook?
you probably should before
That's your evil
he
hook.
gets any more testing done, gets anything permanently in the medical record.
I need to get I need to get life insurance.
Everyone should have life insurance.
Yeah.
I literally remember
Life
that.
insurance.
I sat down with my mentor, Charlie, and he said, like, he literally looked at me and says, we were just going through my budget because I was just like, I'm just lost. And he said, I'll help you. And so his number one question, do you have life insurance? He said, no. He says, okay. Hypothetically, you go home today and you die in a car crash.
Yeah.
What changes? And literally he's like legitimately, like think through Kelsey's life. What has to change? She now has to get a full-time job. She now has to pay for a funeral. She now has to pay all these bills. I was like, yeah, that's stressful. And so it's like, imagine all that. It's like, at least money's going to help so you can like figure things out. It's like you're just leaving your family in a terrible spot.
She can move in with us. Can we adopt her?
Speaking of life insurance,
bad influences.
can you hand me a Magic Mind?
We have Magic Mind now.
What? We do.
Who wants one? Who wants one?
I want one.
There you are, sir. Whoop. Sorry. Magic Mind. Go to magicmind.com/ninjas to get your 50% off your subscription.
For the first 10 days. It's 20% off. You have to use the code NINJA20.
Ninja20. Do it now. It's so good. You drink it with caffeinated caffeine, right?
Caffeinated
drinks.
You can.
Yeah.
Caffeine helps
Or by
amplify its
itself.
effect, but it's good by itself.
What other drinks sound like this? None.
What other drinks have really cute packaging of the?
Oh!
Whoa! What's happening?
I feel brain power.
Wait, let me try. My mind feels magical.
What?
Ding! Oh, big bang!
Hey, thanks, Magic Mind.
Hey, thank you, Magic Mind. Apparently, that's what Chris Angel used to take every time before he performed. Become magical.
Really?
Mindfreak.
Yo, he did some crazy stuff, though.
He walked on water, Josh.
Is
At a
he
Las
dead?
Vegas swimming pool.
Why are you guys talking about him like he's dead?
Well, he's dead to us.
It's not relevant anymore, I guess.
It's horrible.
He's not as relevant. I don't know if he's still doing it. I'm sure he is. I'm sure the
I
leather
remember
pants.
he did that one trick I really did not like, where he would swallow a quarter. Remember that?
No.
And he'd be like doing this, and then you'd see the quarter under his skin,
Ew.
and then he would take a razor, cut his arm open, and then push the quarter out.
Hey, that's mind freak stuff, baby.
Like that's like,
I mean, right in front of your kid.
Is
hey, I got. Can you show me a quarter? Yeah. He's like, is it behind my ear? Nope.
No, it's
even
in my
better. Mommy, I'm scared.
magic.
I don't like this magic show, Mom. He's just doing like kids' birthday parties now. He's not as relevant anymore. He's just having to book birthday parties, and he's like, "Hey guys, you ever want to see a snake come out of my stomach?"
Oh, hey, you want a song?
Yeah.
Yas, yas, queen, yas, yes. I want a song.
Yes.
See.
What kind of song are you feeling?
I want something on a guitar.
Okay.
Maybe a little happy.
All right.
Okay. It's not gonna happen, but
It might.
I'm glad to know you like that. You would prefer that, but
What kind of genre are you thinking?
Maybe something like folky.
Okay.
like retro,
Sure.
vintage,
old school.
I think
Yeah.
I got some.
classic.
All right, let's try it.
I'm gonna start. Do you hear that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
going
did
in and
hear
out.
Teasing us again, that Andrew.
Holy, I was so ready for it.
What- yeah.
Did you see what YouTube just did?
What did YouTube just do? I'm listening to Trump. What?
Dude, they literally flagged us.
Flagged us for what?
The song. They won't let us play it.
What song?
The one we did.
The Dust and the
106.
Wind song?
Yeah.
It was excellent. It was awesome.
I know.
And now no one can listen to it unless they go to Patreon or Spotify?
I know. Let's go. Hey, calm down. Calm down. Oh my gosh.
Yep, I just pooped.
Elon, we know you're out there. We see you, Elon. I can smell you right now, Elon. Elon, you smell like alien. I'm outside your window. I can smell you, Elon. I can see you sleeping, Elon. Elon.
Wow.
Save us, Elon! Save
Yes.
Mr. Musk, if you can hear me right now, I need you.
That was great, guys. What did Elon do?
What didn't he do?
Everything.
What has
Did
he
it
done?
again.
He did it again. That son of a gun.
That song's probably going to get flagged.
It is for sure. You guys have done it before and it got flagged.
Have we really?
You've done Dust in the
I
Wind.
thought we had, but I couldn't remember.
No way.
Nuh-uh.
I swear.
Well, this is gonna be.
Oh, man.
This is gonna be disappointing for everyone out there.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, no, but it was good.
Just a butterfly.
This is like.
Did we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds familiar now. Dang it.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
Well, you can go watch it on Patreon or watch it on Spotify or listen to it on Apple.
It's like the easiest song to parody.
It is.
Darn it.
Dang it. It was your fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
You wanted something folksy and old school.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Okay, all right.
All right. Golly.
Did you
Take
guys
some
see-
responsibility.
Did you see Zach Wood's video talking about how they made fun of billionaires in Silicon Valley? And he's like, of all the people groups, why would we make fun of billionaires?
No, I didn't see that.
It was funny.
He's so unstoppably funny.
Dude, he is unstoppably funny, but you know what is not unstoppably funny?
Oh, I have some ideas.
Stop. This question is not funny at
Stop.
all. What?
You said stop this question.
No.
Stop.
Enough. What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
That's what you said.
No, stop talking.
That's not what you said.
I don't care what I said. You know
Why would
how
you
we
not
do. We
care?
enough, Andrew, buddy, zip it.
I don't like it when you yell.
I know. I don't like it when I yell either. But this question today makes me, I don't know, want to yell.
Dad's upset.
Would you guys please stop? Enough. Today's question, we need to come to a collective answer.
Someone call that a consensus.
Lil, enough with your made-up vocabulary. It's not even a word. Today's question, sent in by a viewer. Should we tax single mothers more?
Yes.
Whoa.
Golly, I didn't even. I'm so sorry. I didn't even plan on saying that.
That was so fast.
The question is, should we be taxing single mothers more?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no, I'm a man, I'm a dad, but I think
Yeah.
I could speak for all single mothers out there. It's a very tough job, and yeah, I think we should be taxing them more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would have to agree with you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Andrew, you
Yeah.
Lily.
Taking the question I heard
Hey,
at face value.
what are you doing? Should we tax single mothers more?
No.
Golly,
I don't
Will.
get this. I don't understand.
You're a
this.
mom
That's a
You're a
surprising.
mom.
That is a surprising take from you.
who is thankfully has a loving, supporting husband.
Who
but
thankfully does.
There are mothers out there that are single mothers
There's
that are
mothers out there,
struggling
single
very
mothers.
going through every single day. It's a lot more difficult than you could possibly imagine.
Much more difficult than you can possibly imagine. Lil. And of course, we're talking about the stress relief tax, which is basically every single mother would be charged a nominal stress relief tax, which would be pooled and then redistributed back to them in the form of spa vouchers, wine delivery subscriptions, and free babysitting services. The idea is that more stress they endure, the more they receive in pampering benefits, Lil.
Exactly, Lily.
And it sounds like Lily thinks that these single mothers shouldn't be pampered,
They don't deserve to be, apparently, in Lily's eyes.
that they just deserve the raw end of the deal, that they don't deserve any help whatsoever. They don't deserve any time to relax for themselves.
Yeah, because you know what? Why should it be easier and more loving and more? Why should they have less stress?
Yeah,
Right, Lil?
less stress.
That's sick. It makes me sick. It makes me sick.
Ugh. Yuck.
No.
I have this bad taste in my mouth.
I don't doubt it, dude.
In my mouth, I have this bad taste of her response. It's making Andrew physically sick.
Yes.
Well, I can't believe this. And I mean, guys, if I'm getting this right, it just seems like Lily, she just wants single mothers to suffer.
No.
That's what you said. In so many words, that's what you said. So guys, I guess you heard it here first. Lily just wants all single mothers to not benefit or be pampered or get any help whatsoever. She wants them to live in this stressful life, raising kids by themselves. Welcome to the show.
Did I say ninja? I meant the butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful. As I empty your mind.
You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Don't strain yourself.
Okay.
Dude, I drank way too much water right before fake throwing up.
Did you almost throw up?
Dude, if he actually would have thrown out, that would have been
That would have
really
been
great.
really funny. Oh, here we are.
We should throw up, guys.
Just do it.
No.
On 3.
What do you give me if I do it on this pod?
Do you hear I have a slight lisp?
$5.
$5.
What?
I have a slight lisp.
You've always had it.
Seriously?
You think kidding me right now?
Since when? I've never
Why do you have a
noticed
lisp?
it. Because my tongue's swollen, baby.
Because my tongue is swollen.
Sounds like you spent time in Spain.
Someone's been telling lies.
Spain. Gracias.
Did your parents ever have like the things like, oh, this meant you're lying? And it obviously wasn't. Like there's something in like, my mom made up a thing where like, you know those little white marks you'd sometimes get on your nails?
Mm-hmm.
That was because you were lying.
That sounds like a trap.
What did I lie?
That
Yeah, I was like,
sounds not
I literally
healthy.
like I would hide my fingernails because I'm like, I don't know what I'm lying about, but I'm scared.
My mom she would ask me if I did something, like whatever, and she would be like, well, you know I have cameras all over the house, so I'll just go look at it. That's what she
Dude,
said.
whenever you can actually catch your kids, like they just don't know you can hear them. They have their doors closed or something, and I'm just walking by,
Yeah.
and I'll hear them say something, and I'll bring it up later. They're like, "How did you know that?" And I'm like, "I know everything. It's my house. What are you talking about?" And they're just like, I think that just like subconsciously it just planted in there. They're
Yeah.
like, "We gotta be careful."
I think I've said it before, but my dad, growing up, he made up that we had a older brother named Timmy, and that he disobeyed, and so he killed him and buried him in the backyard. He's like,
so
well, you don't want to
jacked
end up like Timmy. And there's literally a mound in our backyard.
That's the best. It's just
Don't lie.
Dude, we need to do like an old like emo t-shirt that's just a headstone that's like R.I.P. Timmy.
R.I.P. Timmy.
Yeah.
Never obeyed.
Too bad AI didn't exist back then, because then we could have just like done some like Photoshop for your images and stuff like that. Like, yep, Timmy was strong. He was a good boy. But
Yeah.
one day he didn't listen and he
was the
lied.
best.
He lied, and now he's dead.
It's like pictures of mom and dad as him as an only son. They're like at the carnival and all these things, like wonderful memories.
It's so funny. Oh,
What if you went through your dad's house one day and you found a birth certificate to a guy named Timmy?
dude, that'd be
What if it was real?
the scariest thing ever.
That's like the twist.
Like
dude.
those were all real threats.
Dude, that would
I have a
be
brother named Timmy. Here you go, though.
Timmy Hoopa.
Oh. But yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 106, Ninjas Are Butterflies. Coming to you live outside Orlando, Florida.
Live in Orlando, Florida. Hey, speaking of Orlando, Florida,
Tell me.
No.
you mentioned something earlier about the first astronaut.
Oh, yes. Okay, let me look it up real quick. I didn't know we were going to jump into that fast. But this is...
I have been curious ever since
absolutely-
you told me.
Yeah, so if you look up right now, who is the very first astronaut, you're going to get somebody... I don't even know. Could you look that up real quick?
Sure.
Jesus.
Yes. Okay, let me look. Okay, all right. His name is Juan Hu. Juan Hu? Juan Hu. All right. Okay, so I'm...
How do you spell the
W-
last name?
H-U.
That's
Juan
like ho.
who?
That's like ho, right?
What'd you call me?
Yeah, I mean,
Juan Hu is how you pronounce his name.
Okay.
H-U. W-A-N-H-U. Okay, so this is
What's his nationality?
Chinese. Okay?
Juan.
Yeah.
Like J-U-A-N?
No.
W-A-N.
Oh.
Juan?
I got it.
That would be great. I need some chopsticks. Okay, so Juan Hu. Okay, this is an absolute legend in the Chinese culture. Okay.
Okay.
So, what was the first astronaut to space?
Yuri Alexeyevich
The Russian.
Gagarin.
Okay, so what year was that?
Say it more
68.
Russian.
Yuri. Oh shoot! How do you do that?
Yuri.
Yuri Alexeyevich Gagarin.
That was good.
Very good. Everyone, clap in the comments for Andrew's accent. I mean,
Clap in
that
the
was
comments.
perfect. But okay, so that is the first astronaut apparently. But there's actually something that goes a lot deeper, and this is the year 1390. Okay, so this is what happened. Crazy story. Wan Hu has this great idea that he wants to go to the moon, right?
Okay.
So what he does is he compiles a set of rockets, 47 rockets to be exact.
1300s?
1300s. This is like the first century. I don't know. Yeah. And so he builds a chair, and they build 47 rockets underneath that chair.
What
right?
do you
I
mean?
I don't know. They literally, the Chinese people built actual physical rockets, small rockets that would fit underneath this chair, 47 of them. Huge, ginormous rockets.
Okay.
His plan is to go to the moon. That's it. There's no space. There's no suit. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
He's strapped into this chair. They light the 47 rockets, and he shoots into space. Smoke surrounds the crowd, and he disappears into the sky to never be seen again if he dies.
What?
That's the end of the story. But he's technically the first astronaut, so much so that they've actually even named a crater on the dark side of the moon after Wan Hu.
No way.
Yeah, man. So like when I heard that story, I was like, there's no way. And you can look, there's like pictures of it. He had a kite with him right next to him. So he had a plan of like, he's going to fly straight up. And then when he gets to the point of, dropping, he holds out the kite and then he goes right down to Earth.
Like a parachute.
Basically. So he's the guy who first invented rocket exploration, space exploration, but he died while doing it.
1300s. That's wild.
Do you think that was like a firework? Like they were 47 fireworks, basically?
That's the way they look like almost.
I looked up in China when they invented rockets, and it says 8960 was, and then in 1232, the first known use of a military rocket was in China, and they were shooting fire lances.
That's our little Wan Hu right there.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy, man?
Good for him.
I know.
Is
That's
he in
great.
orbit, you think? Just orbit?
Probably still alive. Yeah. So when does this stop?
That's crazy.
Wild. I was watching a video by Meat Canyon, and he was talking about people who just died, the inventors who had their inventions basically killing them, and that was one of them. So
Spooky.
Crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Way before astronauts were even a thing, he was trailblazing, baby.
Isn't that funny that he was going to use a kite because he's like, kites fly. That'll support me.
Yeah, there's like, kites fly. If I get in the air, I'll fly if I have a kite. I mean, the science is making sense.
Dude, speaking of fireworks, does it weird anyone else out that we celebrate the 4th of July using a tradition from one of our, not necessarily adversaries, but like a global power we're always at odds with?
What do you mean? China?
Fireworks are Chinese.
Okay.
It's just
they invented gunpowder too.
I mean, if anything,
we should not use guns.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just right. Like we just use it in their face. We use it like 1 day a year, 2 days, like 2 days a year,
Not in mine,
and we just blow them up for fun. We spend a bunch of money on things and just blow them up. Like we're sending people to space with them.
Yeah.
And we're just like, nah, we're just gonna blow my fingernails off. Like that's gonna be it.
There's something primal about men and fireworks.
It's something.
I love fireworks.
It's in every man's blood.
Yeah.
To be outdoors and set something on fire.
You guys get kooky.
It's the best.
Dude,
Yeah.
my favorite clips are when you see like people who have never handled things that go boom, and they go to a range and they use them and they're like super against them, but then you see something primal get triggered and they're like, this was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get one.
Yeah. There's something.
Yeah.
something
Speaking
when
of
I'm
China,
doing that.
though,
Ayo. Don't
did
get
you
me
see
started.
Did you see that video where this guy recorded? It looked like there was literally 7 suns in China.
No.
I still don't understand it. Let me send it to you guys.
7 daughters in China would be more surprising.
Andy.
Dude, the longer we do this podcast, the more I'm realizing Star Wars is real.
Star Wars, of all the
Sent
things?
to. That's weird. Hold on. Did it work? Okay.
I got it.
Yeah, click on it. You don't need audio.
Whoa. That's trippy. It literally looks like the moon phases or sun phases, like literally all lined up.
Here, let me just do the audio. I don't know.
Why isn't it?
Are you ready?
How does that work?
Come on.
I don't get this.
Oh, I thought there was going to be talking on it.
7 suns rising over the China sunrise.
Dude, what is that? Though?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It looks like a reflection because the cloud formation is the same on all of them.
That's true.
And it's a gradient.
But why would it do that?
I think he's
The
shooting
cloud,
through.
maybe?
I think he's shooting through glass.
Is there other videos of it though?
I don't know.
I think that's through like if you shoot through multiple panes of glass, like double pane windows, sometimes it'll do weird stuff like that.
This is Pakistan's #1 news channel, so we should probably trust it.
Oh, yes.
I don't mean to throw shade. I was just joking. I don't know.
This is China.
No, but you are right. The cloud formation is on like all of them, but it's still weird looking.
Yeah, I would be tripping out if I saw that in real life.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up after wisdom teeth and looking out the window and seeing that.
Put me
Dude.
down under.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if this is true or not.
Okay.
I don't know if this was like a joked video, but apparently there's a startup company to where it's called like Buy Sunlight.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's real. 100%
It is real?
It's very real.
Talking about like where you like an app to.
You can literally purchase, if it's dark outside, you can purchase sunlight. And what it does, it gives you a map, and then you click where your house is, or you can do a friend's house. And a satellite pivots to where it does what we talked about with that one satellite that it imitates the sun.
Yeah.
They apparently have that. And you can literally purchase for your house to get direct sunlight at night.
I think that's their pitch. I don't think it's up there, and I don't think it's active.
It's happening next year. They say it's going to be dropping late next year, and the first people that purchase it, you're going to have it's like 30 minutes or something, and it's like 5 kilometers. So it's like not just your house.
Oh, you're affecting
also
everyone.
Like at 3 a.m., you could literally just have like full on sunlight and just prank your neighbors or something. I think it's hilarious. I think it's amazing.
What if they can't control the magnitude of the sun reflection, and
Everyone
it's like
dies.
ants with a magnifying glass, like literally lights us on fire.
Just gone.
What are some
It's weird.
circumstances in which you would want to do that outside of pranking your buddy?
I mean, I don't know. Having a party,
Yeah.
maybe. Just like if you're like, hey, can I have an extra 2 hours
Of
this
daylight.
one night? I mean, think about it for a wedding or something.
Oh,
I mean, think about the price. Oh, dude, you can have now, like, I'm just thinking like venues or something like that. Now it's like you can have daylight time. Like venues purchase this. They can now start making money and booking later nights or something like that. I don't know. Like there's a million things I can imagine.
but nighttime is the funnest
I was
part
about
of
to say,
any event.
I want them to do the opposite.
Yeah.
It's like 5 o'clock after work, and I want to go to bed early, but I also want to have people over for a fire. It's like just turn the light off and I'll be asleep.
Yeah,
by
I'll
8.
take. I would pay for shade.
Yeah.
Definitely turn
Yeah.
to Florida summer.
The
Yeah, like that'd be
opposite, yeah.
great. Had you there was this speaking of like mirrors and sunlight and stuff, have you seen that little village in Italy that gets absolutely no sun because it's in such a dark valley?
Yeah.
You know what they do?
What?
Yeah.
They have a humongous mirror that sits on top of the mountain that points down sunlight, UV rays, giving them all the benefits of sunlight, literally all because of this mirror. They had to literally build it in order just for it to work.
At what point do we say maybe we just weren't meant to inhabit these areas?
Or maybe let's
True,
build a little
but-
bit higher up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly. Yeah. But you probably
It's
like,
wild, though.
it's probably one of those guys that settled there and they're like, this is perfect. I can't believe no one's lived here. And it's like, why am I so sad? 3 months later, it's just, I'm depressed. Everyone around me is depressed.
It's I'm feeling that way because of that show that we watched recently called The Terror.
I'm going to watch it. It looks pretty good on
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah.
right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a AMC show, which they do a really good job with shows.
AMC's killer.
Yeah. But it made me want to look into the real story of it. And I have the real story if you would like to hear
Yeah,
it.
I would love to. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was
Dude.
awesome. It was very spooky.
I don't
there's
trust
a-
Rotten
and
Tomatoes, but
There's a new movie that came out that apparently everyone's like saying, don't look at the trailer, just go and see it in theaters, and it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it spooky?
It's kind of like, I think it's a thriller. I don't know, but
Oh.
I'm going to look it up. All right, go ahead. Let's
yeah,
hear it.
so the Terror is based off this expedition called the Franklin Expedition. And they took off from Britain, England, in 1845. And their whole venture, the expedition, was to find a Northwest Passage over Canada. So instead of like going like all the way around like South America to get to like California or something,
Yeah.
they wanted to be able to go the Northwest Passage.
Super annoying that there's no like breakaway between South America. Like you literally can't go like through like the bottom of Mexico or something.
Yeah. But well, you can't. There's the Panama Canal.
Of course you can. Now I know that.
Yes, but
now
this was,
that I'm aware.
This
Did
was
you know
before
about the
Panama.
Panama Canal beforehand?
I've heard of the Panama Canal. I don't know where that's at. I don't know what it was used for. Now I'm
Exactly
learning.
that.
And it's Teddy Roosevelt, right? I think that I know that, but
I don't know about that.
pretty sure it was.
Go ask Nicole. Nicole's from Panama.
I'll look it up.
But there's two ships. It was the how do you say it? The Erebus? Erebus. And the second ship was called Terror, which doesn't seem like a name that you would want to name a boat. Anyways, they set out in 1845 on this venture of a lifetime.
1845?
1845.
Okay.
Places where no one's ever been before.
Yeah.
Except for people who lived there.
And then they disappeared. And it took 150 years to figure out what exactly happened to them.
Oh, snap. So they went north. They were going over.
They went
And they
around
went missing.
Greenland, and then they started going up through the channels around the top of Canada. So
Okay.
the North Pole, basically.
Yeah.
Today it's called Nunavut,
There you
the
go.
region.
Heard
But
of none of it. I've heard of none of it.
what was crazy about this venture was this is when the Industrial Revolution was happening. So these ships were the first of their kind that were outfitted with a steam engine for propellers.
Okay.
So
we're a long ways away from just like basic old wooden ships.
it's still a wooden ship.
Yeah.
But they put a
have-
propeller on it
Got it.
with
That's
a
cool.
steam engine.
That's awesome.
That just means they can't get stuck in like doldrums or like windless areas, or they can push through ice.
Smart.
But what was pretty cool about this venture is that they were like new technology. So we have the steam engine propeller. We have a desalinizing machine. So basically, you can take salt water and turn it to fresh water for the steam engine. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And for the first time, cans of food. So all
Preserved food.
all
yeah.
their rations they could put into cans of food. So they brought 16,000 cans of food.
These people were prepped for anything. Like this sounds like the perfect
I
trip.
think they had enough rations. I think it was that could sustain the crew for 2 years.
5 years.
Oh, 5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. It could sustain them for 5 years.
They
Wow,
said it
thank
in
you
the
so much,
Um,
Josh, for telling me that information.
I thought this was fun facts.
because they were
Other
there
items-
for like forever. Sorry.
Yeah. What? Forever.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. But other items I thought that were fun to mention is that they brought 2 tons of tobacco, 7,500 liters of liquor, 12,000 books, and then the crew consisted of 134 men. And this is what I thought was very interesting. They only had 12 days worth of coal for the steam engine.
So it was emergency.
It was basically like
Basically.
if there's no wind, we use the steam engine.
Okay.
And
seem like
to
a
plow
lot.
through ice.
Yeah.
No, especially if all your rations are meant for 5 years.
Yeah.
We have 12,000 or
12
12
days.
days worth of coal. And the whole thing is because it's so heavy, you can't pack 5 years worth of coal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like when it gets cold, you're probably going to prioritize warmth over
Yeah.
steam engine. Also, what did they say? Oh, I had internal heating in it as well.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So like a stove or something?
or
Like a
just, like to
pipe,
keep the
yeah.
ship warm inside.
Cool.
What if it was just the steam that I'd like let off vents?
Yeah.
Dude, you just have a full-on sauna the whole time?
Yeah. But they stopped off on an island to get all prepped and stuff. And they did this one trip where they circled this one island, came back and was like, yeah, it was a success. And then they set out again to never be seen again. Sorry.
Keep bringing that up.
But basically my notes are all over the place because I'm not super prepared.
Don't apologize.
Let me just try to summarize it as much as possible. So they set out and the ice was starting to get really thick. And so they got stuck in this one channel for a winter. And it's like, no big deal. We're prepared for this. When summer comes, we'll be able to break out. And they were able to break out a little bit. And then they decided there's this island called King William Island. This island right here. See that?
Okay. Yeah.
And so the safest route would have been to go east around the island because that's the safest route to go. The quickest route to find the Northwest Passage would be the western side of the island.
And this is uncharted territory. They don't have any plans whatsoever. Like, so they're literally just kind of like,
We're going to find our way.
Got it.
Because it was
Discovery.
unmapped
Not even
too.
like
That's scary,
Not
dude.
even like rough maps, like trapper maps.
They
and
had
stuff like
rough
that?
maps.
rough
yeah.
maps. Well, they knew the King William Island, and they knew that there was a passage this way and a passage that way.
They don't know where it connects and what it is. Yeah.
So they took the risk of doing the West Passage. Little did they know that that is the most dense concentration of ice flows in the world.
Ice flows?
Ice flows. So like ice is just flowing down these rivers or these
Yeah.
passages and stuff, But this one, with the way the currents work, all the ice from the North Pole gets wedged into this one passage.
Yeah.
And so they got stuck.
Too tight.
Too tight. I mean, it was just like mountains of ice in the water.
How many people were on this boat?
134. Or it's 2 boats.
Got it.
And then on King William Island, there was like a pile of rocks where they would put messages and people would come and whatever. And so they were stuck, but they're like, okay, well, summer's coming in a couple months, so we'll just wait it out. And so they went into the pile of rocks. They put the note in. It said, all is well. We're planning on getting out of here a couple months. Little did they know that reports say that between 1845 and 1859 was the coldest years in the past 1,000 years in that region.
What luck.
So summer came, ice did not melt.
Still frozen.
Then winter came, summer, and so they were stuck for 2 years.
One spot
One
for
spot.
2 years?
Yeah. And then
they can't go back. They're literally stuck.
Yeah, they're stuck. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
I
like
mean, they
ice
have
is
to walk.
they said that the ice just like forms up the boat. Like it's just
Bro.
more and more ice. And so it took 2 years for England to finally be like, okay, let's send a rescue team out there. But it's like, it's impossible because it's like you can't get to them. So they didn't know where they were.
Yeah.
In the meantime, on the ship, people were noticing, or doctors and stuff were noticing that everyone was getting really sick, but they couldn't figure out exactly why. They later found out, 150 years later, that the cans of food that they were eating from were riddled with lead.
Yeah.
So
they're
they are
made out of
all
lead.
getting lead poisoning.
They're just, anytime they ate, they're just feeding themselves more lead.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
Which makes you mentally kooky too, though. Like you get sick, but you also get kooky.
So it's like a reality TV show back in the day.
Yeah, except
One
with,
spot's like brother.
murder.
It's like Big Brother. Yeah.
And this is a crazy fact. So they had equipment and stuff to hunt animals like polar bears,
Yeah.
seals, whales, whatever. But all the animals in that region carried botulism type E.
Oh gosh,
What is that?
it paralyzes you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it kills you.
Oh.
And it's the only strain of botulism that exists in that freezing temperature. And so if they were to kill an animal and eat it and it wasn't properly cooked, dead. And if blood got on any type of food or on your hands and you ingested it, dead. So that's something they're up against.
Bro,
But
everything.
The Inuit that were living up there, they were immune to it because they've been up there for thousands of
That's what I was
years.
gonna ask. Yeah.
So like 2 years had gone by, and then the main Captain Franklin died, and it was Captain Crozier that's like, okay, we need to just start walking.
Yeah.
And the distance that they were trying to trek to was, what was it? It was,
It's Canada kilometers.
yeah, I wrote
True.
down the miles because I didn't want to have another discussion.
They're also from Britain, so if you could retell the story in a British accent the whole time. that
Of
would be
course.
amazing.
Yes, let me start over completely.
1845.
150 miles they had to trek
Zang.
to reach this one river where they knew that there was a supply chain or a trading post. But
Doing
they,
that with lead poisoning and starving
yes,
in the cold.
but they were dragging their boats with them too. Their little rescue boats or whatever.
Yeah.
Each boat weighed 8,000 pounds.
What?
And they said the terrain was just ice shears, big old rocks, and so they're having to drag these 8,000 pound boats through this whole thing.
Bro.
And by the time they started walking, there's 105 sailors left. So 30 something died off. And
Not bad numbers.
yeah,
That's pretty good so
Not, I mean,
far.
everything, all
Yeah,
things considered.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's basically the story. And now I'll get to the rescue thing. So they went out there and they sent something like 10 plus ships over years to like look for them.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what's so messed up. They would interview people like the Inuit tribes and stuff. And they're like, we saw them there. They're doing this. They're doing that. We saw them here. And they just disregarded everything that they said because they're just like, we can't trust them. They're savages.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Stupid.
And
we're the worst.
they were so dead on with everything. They even said they saw a mass grave of 30 men, and they had all been cannibalized.
Oh, knew it.
And they said, "We don't believe you. Our men would never do that."
Yeah, okay. You try.
It wasn't until 150 years later that they were up there doing like research and stuff that they came across everything the Inuit have talked about. They found the 30 bodies, and they found all these people that had been cannibalized, and they tested their hair, lead poisoning, all this bad stuff. Bro. And they even found the ship in 2014.
No way.
Dang.
Yeah, Erebus, right?
Erebus.
Exactly where the Inuits said it was. Like,
dude.
150 years prior.
We're
They're
so
like, that's where your ship is. And like, it's not there.
You and Andy keep saying we. You're not British.
We came
Correct.
from them, though.
We did.
Yeah. And then they found a couple years later, or no, in 2020, they found the Terror ship coincidentally, in the bay they called Terror. they just named it Terror because it's like in remembrance of the ship Terror. And in 2020,
So of course it was there.
they found the ship Terror. And they said both ships were like perfectly preserved because they're like under the ice and stuff.
It's
Wow.
crazy.
And so they're, as of right now, they're still doing more and more to research it.
That's a wild story. So the show is literally based on that whole thing?
Yeah, it was epic too.
But
Spooky and dark.
Yeah. But what's crazy about the show is like, spoiler, I guess, there's like a skinwalker in it.
Ooh.
And so like it was really hard for me to find of like stories around it of like all that stuff. But
Was
the
that-
skinwalker was absolutely terrifying.
Yes. Was that embellished then?
The skinwalker?
Yeah. Or did the Inuit ever talk about how they had?
I couldn't find that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's that tribe?
Inuit
I don't know anything about them. So is that
the derogatory term?
would be
is
Eskimo. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I didn't learn that until recently.
They denounced that word.
I don't think I've ever heard that
Didn't know
word
that.
before. I didn't know Eskimo was offensive.
I didn't either.
I didn't
That's
either.
crazy.
Yeah, we were talking to someone.
Yeah, we were throwing
it
it
was
around.
Eric.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said like, "Oh, Eskimo," and he's like, "No."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it was in like all of our cartoons as children, and that's probably why we were.
Can every January 1st, can we just like listen? We'll listen to the rules. Can we just get a list of them?
Yeah.
As they change?
I
like,
need that.
Pop culture wise, can we just like get a list so that way we don't have to hear from other people? It's like just give me a simple list. I'll memorize it on day one, and we can move on forward.
But they're the Inuit tribe, and I just cannot believe. Do they still occupy that area, or did people say, hey, it's easier to live in other parts of the world? You come.
They still live there.
They
I mean,
do?
that's their way of life. That's all.
Wow.
They're comfortable with it.
And those people, they come from across the Bering Strait, right? Like that probably, like that's where it all originated. That's so crazy. The Bering Strait is something that I don't know why that stuck out to me when I was a kid. I learned that in elementary school, and I'm like, there was a bridge of ice that
Kooky.
connected basically the whole other side of the world. I'm like, how cool would that be if we could just have one bridge that no driving, you could walk it though if you
Straight to Russia, baby.
I don't
Let's
think we
do
learned
it.
that at our school. I don't think they believe in that.
We definitely did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I didn't learn. I've never heard that word before in my
Christians
life.
don't believe in ice. Ice could never do that.
I forgot to mention too the cans of food that they had on the ship.
Yeah.
They used the lowest bidder for the canned foods. So they're like they're on a budget for this expedition. So they're like, the cheapest guy will make it.
Stop it, people.
Yeah. Also,
when it comes to food,
Yeah.
I mean, you can get some cheap tobacco,
Yeah.
fellas.
I also didn't mention that they were drinking out of the desalination machine.
Yeah.
And all the pipes in the desalination machine were lead pipes.
Oh boy.
So they're not only eating lead, they're drinking lead as
And
well.
they didn't know that at the time. So like people are dying or going crazy. And
Well, they actually thought that they did because apparently like a couple of sailors went back to the boat like to like live out the rest of their days or whatever. And they discovered like I think like 500 cans of uneaten food. And so I think they're theorizing that they were like, this is what's killing us. Stop eating it.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's Society of the Snow before he was even a thing. That's a crazy story, dude.
Yeah.
That is stuff like that is terrifying to me. Like that is the epitome of the worst survival.
Yeah.
Like story. Like just trying to survive in that climate at that time period. Like
I will.
How do you do
You
that,
should
man?
still watch the show because
I
there is a
definitely will.
twist at the end that it's not written history, but like you'd be like, "Whoa!"
There's-
That's
They all
true.
wake up and they're still in the bay in Britain. Like,
Yeah,
it's like Final Destination.
There's a lot of embellishment, but it is like not a feel good show. Like you never feel good for a minute.
That is that's my feel good show. So that does make me feel good.
That's all. That's all I needed to know.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
But
It's
it's
kind of like, have you heard of the story about the ship of Endurance?
Story.
The story?
yeah. Story about the ship. No,
Endurance. Okay, I'm going to
wait.
look it up.
I don't know.
It's a crazy story too, similar, but it was like, it's all about,
Wait, is that one that went to Antarctica?
I think so, and they went through a bunch of ice and they got it was sunken and it wasn't found until like a 10 or 15 years ago.
Maybe.
They found the ship and it's called Endurance, and it's just a great story. I'll have to look it up though.
Yeah.
I'll butcher it.
Beginning of National Treasure.
Hey. Oh, National Treasure. We gotta don't go anywhere.
Hey, Josh. Hi, Andy. Oh, man, I'm sure am glad to see you because I got some good news. What is it? Well, if you got to go to SundayCool.com, guess what? What? You're gonna be able to find the softest shirts in all the world. You're kidding me. No, because if you own a church or a business or have some type of group that needs custom apparel, you just head over to SundayCool.com. Wow! Yep, and after your art's approved, in 72 hours, it's gonna be on its way to you.
It's pretty great.
It's incredible. Wait, what happened to my friend Josh?
I don't know.
It's good.
See, Eddie,
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good. You're a little too excited though.
Did I butcher that?
No, you killed it. That was great. You
No,
took-
that was honestly a really great story. I'm fast. That's one of the best stories we've had in a while because that's crazy to me. I'm picturing it all in my mind.
I know.
Like
Yeah.
the
I was
spikes
there.
in the ice and just dragging a boat. I'm like that. That stuff scares me.
Yeah.
Having to survive no matter what. Like you have to go through this one difficult adventure in order to survive.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not faced with stuff like that most of the
No.
time. Like it's like
I'm
something
okay
like
with
would
that
be,
too.
Man.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I actually welcome it.
I don't know if I have the will that these fellows did.
If you had your kids with you, you would.
I don't have.
Yeah, if they were there.
That's
None of
the
them.
thing.
It was all men.
Dude, if it was it's just all men and it's just you and you're like, I'm on the ship. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good with lead actually.
I've
you
got
know?
12,000 books. See you in heaven.
I think like 1 month into the supposed summer and nothing's melting, I'm finding a few bros and I'm like, take the cans you can. We're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also crazy because like they're so far north that their compasses wouldn't work.
Yeah, they point.
They just like
to the pole.
spin.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Also, like
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Because of the magnetic fields.
Yeah.
I would be the captain and be like, yeah, just 1 second. I'm going to check which way's north. And like,
This way.
this way.
You need the Jack Sparrow compass.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be like dark for months. Like
Oh,
half the year, it'd just
dude,
be dark.
You're in a new place, a new ecosystem, a new atmosphere. Like this, all of it would be just so terrible. Everything in you would be like, I have to act tough right now. I
Yeah.
have to act like what I know what I'm doing.
And it's like a spooky dreamscape because you're probably like so far from any actual like identifiable landmass.
Yeah.
You're just like in
The
a
stars
white
would be pretty.
nowhere.
The stars would be Northern Lights, baby.
Yeah.
Be
At
worth
that point,
it.
it would just scare me, though, because I'd be like, I'm on another planet.
Yeah.
Dude, Northern Lights, first time ever seeing it, like first humans to ever witness that had to have been so scary.
Yeah.
Why?
But that ad was,
It was something. It was something. I feel good after it.
yeah.
Yeah, it brought my energy up a little bit. I feel like a little more at peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love
good to know.
history.
I love
That-
history.
I love his story.
Oh, his story. Question corner with Lily. With the questions are fresh on her mind.
I had a cough right as soon as we started. I was like,
Give me a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
boom, baby.
Did I ask this question last week? Stop me if I did. If
Yes.
you
Stop.
if you could create a new holiday, what would you be celebrating and how would you observe it? I'll go first. I think that mothers should be celebrated independently of Mother's Day.
Okay.
During the years 0 to 18 for any children that are living in the house. So if you are an active rearing mother of a child, you should be celebrated on the day that you gave birth, which happens to be their birthday. But you're celebrating the act that you did. And I think that you should be celebrated with a sweet treat.
That's it? Sweet treat? What's the limit on it? What's like the monetary limit for each mom?
You could have coffee. You could have a cookie or a massage.
So like $50.
No, massages
Where are you
are
getting a
usually around like
massage?
$120.
So max 120. Let's just call it an even 100.
If you really love your wife, you could do something really spectacular, though, you know?
So I feel like this isn't a question corner. I feel like this is just her telling you
Apparently.
what you have to do every
Celebrate me more!
You do a good job. I'm just kidding.
Thanks.
You're legally obligated to celebrate me. Speaking of actively rearing, I think I would have a National Poop Day.
Okay.
The biggest poop wins. Everyone in America, everyone worldwide knows that this day you get one poop to register. You can poop multiple times in the day, but you register one poop.
Okay.
The person who has the biggest poop in the world gets free house,
Okay.
free car, unlimited food of their choice,
Okay.
and a medal.
Now tell me this, Andy. Where are you going to be sure you win that? Like, what are you consuming in the lead up to
That's the
this
thing, that
measurement?
like everyone would have different strategies.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of it, I mean, it's just you gotta go hard on like breakfast is like first thing Chinese buffet. Like
See, that runs through me.
No, but you
that
gotta
won't-
hold it in.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a possibility.
I think
it
there's
needs to
gonna be
be
a-
solid. It can't be soft.
I think as long as it comes out of the rear, it can be registered and it can be weighed.
So it's by weight. It's not like big as in like
girth and length.
I think we have different categories for sure. I think we could have different categories. I think we could have maybe most vibrant color.
Yeah,
we
like
could have
fluorescent scale.
Yeah,
aesthetically pleasing.
It could have like there could be like one where we have to run it through like like those marble races.
Yeah.
It'd be like, but we do it for
Okay,
other,
now you're
and then
grossing
so
me
it's
out.
like,
All right.
so fastest time wins.
Like
So
a symmetry scale.
yeah,
Ew.
I think there's a lot of options.
That's good.
Yeah,
What's the lore around it? Is there they
You could
always
do like
serve
a derby.
corn?
yeah.
At the
I think you're.
festivals?
Yeah, I think there can't be visible food.
Most identifiable debris.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The best foreign object to be found in the poop. And you could even they can have derby car races, like so they could just plop some little wheels on it. And we can,
Wow.
you asked. I put a
Yeah.
lot of thought into it. So
Mine would have to be based off of each state. I
Okay.
think if you did a national holiday, it would have to be every state is different. It's the first day of really nice feeling weather in fall that
Aww.
everyone gets off.
ooh.
To go frolic?
So it's almost planned.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of a cool thing.
So it's like,
Dude, the
It could
first
be like
cold
a-
front.
yeah,
Yeah.
there- like the first cold front, like a nice, you walk outside and it's not hot.
The perfect day.
It's crisp air, blue skies.
But
Everyone gets the day off.
Wow.
That'd be sick. Every state has like different traditions, so you can go celebrate it at different times at different places.
Yeah.
What do we call that?
Frolic Day.
Fall frolic.
Fall Frolic Day.
Fall frolic
Frolic.
fun.
Frolicking Fall Day. Fun Frolicking Fall Day.
It's
Easy.
about to get.
Say that 5 times fast. I think we're gonna have to beep something out.
Yeah, that's my day.
Maybe we
Andrew?
can start it at Sunday Cool.
down.
I love it.
So the government, you could just tell us
Father?
whenever you plan on. Yes, son.
I propose that we have one day a year to it is a fun frolicking fall day.
Sounds fantastic. Let's do it.
And be like, please get out of my office
Not now.
and stop talking like that.
Do
like
not-
what, father?
I told you not to make eye contact with me in my corridor.
Be gone. What's your day?
I am so tired right now because of my dog. So I just want a day where we're allowed to sleep the entirety of the day.
Ooh.
Like the point of the day is catch up on everything that you've missed.
That's called Sabbath.
Yeah.
I don't get a full day.
You know, there's a lot of companies right now that are doing pet bereavement for their, if your pet passes away, you get some time off. And there's some people that say you should get that off and not like, you shouldn't be able to call in like if your aunt passes or something. Like that shouldn't count. But they're like, but your dog, yeah. Your cat, sure. Why not?
What?
Isn't that crazy? But like actual like company policies now.
I think it's all right. That's fine.
I mean, they're letting people go anyway because it's like, my dog died. It's like, okay, we don't want you around here anyway. Go.
I follow a taxidermy group on Facebook,
and
I saw someone did a taxidermy of a cat, but it was like, you know, the bear rugs?
Yeah.
It was a cat rug.
The doormat?
Did you see the one they put on a drone?
No. Yeah.
Someone did that and literally put all 4 limbs out on the corners of a...
That's pretty funny.
It's just a flying cat.
It's a little weird.
I would only take a taxidermy cat. I would never take a live cat, I don't think.
Yeah.
I saw another video where someone had their dog done and they were like, oh my gosh, so meaningful. And they were hugging it, but it looked like taxidermy looks where the face is just like, like that's not what your dog looked like. Guaranteed.
Josh keeps trying to convince me to taxidermy Frank, and no,
you got to. Want Scrubs, Rowdy, their dog? You know how we stuffed him?
Yeah,
dude, Rowdy, bro. Like that would be so fun. I would do that.
Not a chance.
No, it's scary.
I would do it on a heartbeat.
I don't know where it is. But yeah.
Would you stuff your dog? You want to stuff Frank?
Yeah.
Why not?
Or at least make him like a throw blanket or something.
What would be the funniest thing? Like get her a coat?
No, I never wear it.
Like Cruella DeVille.
No.
Yeah. Or like pose him to where he's like holding a tray.
Let him be at peace. Let him be at peace.
I think he would like that.
It's like a Calypso. Him at peace. Remember what she said?
Calypso.
You should just get a half taxidermy of him where his butt's in the air and his head's like down in the bushes and you just push him in.
That would be funny.
Make him the mailbox.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Always terrorizing the mailman.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, Andrew, get us with that meat.
Yo.
Yeah. Andrew's got a reel and he's gonna show us right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Right now.
Sending text to Ninja Clan.
Sending text.
Okay, there.
Affirmative.
Yeah, this is this dude is something. I'm not gonna give it commentary. I'm just gonna let you guys watch it.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Caption says there are men, and then there are men. This guy's going into the crawl space under his house where debris has been moved. He's armed with a paintball gun.
Paintball.
Okay. What are you doing, bud? What's under there? What did you hear?
You guys not seen it?
Whoa.
Boy, B.
Oh my god.
Bro.
You see the size
That
of
was
it?
a thick boy, dude.
And he was shooting it or shooting by it.
Was that an Asian sun bear?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was. I didn't recognize the bear.
It looked like a really fat Asian sun bear. That's crazy.
Asian sun bear.
Yeah, the ones that they thought were human.
Oh.
It looked like a really big one.
Yeah, that's
dude.
Not a chance I'm going under.
That thing weighs like probably 800 pounds or something.
That was scary. Ooh. Never in my life would I do that.
Yeah.
I would just board it up.
With a paintball gun?
No.
That's the way, dude.
I'm thinking of 100 other ways he could have dealt with that. Like go around the outside of your house if you have the paintball gun and just shoot at, the outside of your crawl space so it's like making noise and scare it out.
Also, just ignore it. It'll go away.
But then my thinking is, did he know for sure what was under there?
Yeah, that's probably what it was. He probably didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I would just ignore it. No, there's not a bear underneath our house. Of course not.
Speaking of bears.
Yeah.
Did you hear about those mosquitoes up north?
No.
What did Bill Gates do this time?
Apparently, they were carrying some sort of virus, and the first person has died from mosquitoes.
What's the virus?
I don't know.
It's a new virus or something?
I think it's normal. Like a normal, but it's like they've never seen an outbreak like this big, and the first person died from it, and so like they've like shut down like parks. They're urging people to stay inside.
In the United States?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like in like New Hampshire or Massachusetts or something.
New Hampshire, Eastern Equine Encephalitis, known as EEE, rare but serious illness that poses a particular risk to people with weakened immune systems.
Iridocyclitis.
Janie gets just chewed apart.
Yeah, she does. Jane is a mosquito magnet.
She's got bites on her face right now, down her legs.
She's too sweet.
She's so sweet.
Too sweet.
Speaking of mosquitoes, though.
Yeah, though.
Do you remember when Bill Gates, he was like doing like a TED Talk or something?
Dude, I saw that clip this morning.
Yeah. And what disease was he talking about? Malaria.
Yeah, it was malaria.
He was talking about malaria and how it affects these third world nations because mosquitoes are just riddled with malaria.
He's in a lecture hall.
Okay.
Pulls out a jar of mosquitoes and releases it. And what did he say? He
says, poor people shouldn't be the only ones who have to deal with this. And then he laughs.
Opens the thing and lets all these mosquitoes out in the room.
Why did
and then
he
he's
do
like,
that?
And he's just like, I'm just kidding. Those mosquitoes don't have malaria.
Right.
It's like,
he said we tested them. And I'm like,
now I'm being eaten alive in a lecture hall.
yeah, now you have mosquitoes.
Yeah, it's still a problem.
But that's
also,
like,
it's not like
that's like psycho behavior.
Yeah, it's also like not a good point, like at all.
Also, the richest man in the world, and you're like, poor people shouldn't just have to have it.
Seriously.
Isn't that the funniest thing in the world when it's like the hypocrisy is like so thick. Can you not see what you're saying?
Yeah.
Crazy. I told you guys he was kooky.
Yeah.
Listen, we know he's kooky. You're the only one that wishes him harm. Okay?
I don't.
You're the one that's got a plot on your computer about how a detailed plan how you're gonna do it.
I don't even know where he lives.
Dude, speaking of elite tech guys, do we want to talk about all the stuff going on with Meta?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
I saw like the lawsuit stuff that's happening.
No, this is a different
COVID stuff.
No, I'm talking about Zuckerberg's address where he admits that the FBI reached out to him and said to kill a story because it was Russian misinformation. And he's since spoken to the House of Representatives and said, we did our own independent study after taking the story down and found that it wasn't disinformation from Russia, and we regret taking it down. And he's like vowed to not censor things moving forward.
Unless it's after the fact.
Right.
So
Unless
they won't immediately take something down. They'll let it stay, and then they'll do the correct fact checking.
I mean, that would be the way you should work.
So there are two theories. One theory is, he's moved to Hawaii. He's like around all these like alpha types. He's like in jiu-jitsu gyms doing the MMA thing. So this very like, stand up to the bully kind of new mentality. So he could be like turning a leaf as far as his personality goes. I even saw a podcast where someone was saying like he told them that he's like way more like for free speech than people give him credit for. The other theory is that he's worried Trump will get elected and then open investigations into all of his censorships and stuff. So he's trying to like kind of,
Backtrack.
soften that blow.
Yeah.
Because they did that during there was same thing happening for COVID misinformation.
Yes.
And even like jokes or memes or something. Like
That's what
he talked in the same
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. So
about
like,
it.
yeah, like I just want to talk about the COVID stuff. It's not just the election, but like, it's just crazy. Like there's so much stuff all over the board. And it's like, you're just coming out like he has too much money to be made. Like he's not going to mess anything up. He's going to say exactly what he needs to say.
Or
PR, he definitely has a PR team that's working on all of his stuff.
I feel like once you have that kind of money though, you can say whatever you want and pay to fix it.
Yeah, but until that happens,
theory,
it's all talk.
There could be a theory that he's coming out and saying this stuff of like the misinformation, all that stuff, because something will come out that is in fact misinformation, but he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
This is real. This is what's really happening.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make total sense. You got to get ahead of it. You got to make why are they speaking out right now or something?
Especially because he's part of the Bilderberg group.
Not our Mark.
Oh no,
Zucky?
Dude, I hate calling celebrities by their first names because it feels so weird. Like
that is
Jim
weird.
Carrey is Jim. That's
Jimothy.
weird.
Yeah.
That's what Jimothy. That's so strange to me.
Dude, the whole theory though that he's not good at standing up to people. His entire company was built on him stealing an idea from people.
Yeah, true that.
According to the Social Network, but
Yeah,
still,
there's a lot more.
he, he dealt with bullies in the building of his company is the point I'm making. So he has a history dealing with people like trying to make him do things and him being like, no, I'm going to be smarter and do what I want.
Well, I mean, it would point to that he's probably in agreement with whatever narrative. Like he has a bias, because otherwise he would stand up for what.
Dude, if I was I mean, obviously, if I was him, this is what I would do.
If I was him.
If I was Mark, dude, I would literally you've got all the money in the world. Sell Facebook for even more.
Yeah.
Go retire. Security team up the wazoo and just let everything fly, dude.
That's my question. Why do they care still?
Yeah.
Go do something different.
That's the thing. But like, it makes
more
you
money
think,
and power.
Yeah, but I mean, but also there's got to be a control thing too. With certain people like that, you have to stay in charge. You have to do this. You have to fulfill promises in order for you to be free. You have to get this done. I need this person in office. I need this information. Like, there's always deals happening. So like, it makes you wonder.
Yeah, it could be a power thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a podcast where somebody who did financial stuff with like on the fringes of the elites, he was talking about just how psychotic everyone at that level is. He was like, it's not about getting something. It's just about being like, they watch the, most influential or the, most wealthy lists, and it's about their place on that list. So it has nothing to do with Facebook or whatever they're accomplishing. They're just power. Like, I am the most important person and I will prove it. It's like psycho.
Man, I love money.
I love money.
Ain't nothing ever happened that when someone loves money.
Nothing
ever. Nothing bad ever happens when you love money.
Oh, speaking of loving money.
Yeah, dude, loving money.
Remember last week when I said I was going to talk about it this week?
Yeah.
About that sarcophagus that was found.
Yes,
Where at again? Where at?
The SSR.
Yes.
Siberia.
When?
Okay. So, it was in 1969 in a remote village in Siberia.
Okay.
And it was this coal mine. And they were digging, and they were down 230 feet into the ground. And this one guy hit the coal with his pickaxe. A hole opened up, and it was a tunnel. And so him and a couple guys went into this tunnel. What they found was this 8-foot long by 3-foot high white marble sarcophagus. And they're like, what's this?
Yeah.
And so they immediately told the boss, like, yo, boss, we found this down there. Boss immediately alerts the Siberian officials, like military and stuff like that. And they're like, not Siberian, SSR.
Okay.
And, but the coal miners were like, well, once the SSR dudes get down here, they're going to take it, and it's probably treasure. Mm-hmm. Pop the lid, open it up.
Smart.
And what they find in there is a perfectly preserved woman. Perfectly preserved. Blonde hair, blue eyes. They said it looked like she was wearing like a translucent dress from a material that they had no idea what it was. And they said that there was this little black box by her head too. And eyewitnesses today say that from smartphones coming out, it kind of looked like it would have been a smartphone.
No way.
But what she was in, she was covered in this like pink liquid. But she was, like perfectly preserved.
Like epoxy or something like that?
No, it was liquid. Like they could touch it. And one guy thought it would be funny, dipped his finger in it and licked it.
Ew. Died.
Why?
Why? A week later, that same man went absolutely mad. Crazy. Lost, like he went insane.
Yeah.
And they found him dead in the woods because he couldn't find his way back. He went absolutely mad.
Don't drink the pink juice.
Anyways, the SSR officials, military gets there. KGB gets there. Everyone's there.
Yeah.
Helicopters coming in.
Big deal.
They get it out, and it was too heavy to lift. Because they're trying to airlift it out to Moscow. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, let's just drain it of the pink liquid.
Oh, boy.
So they drained it, and instantly after they drained it, the woman started to decompose.
What?
It was preserving her?
It was preserving her.
What is this pink juice?
Don't know. And so they brought it back.
Yeah.
They did lab tests on it and stuff. Could not identify what the pink liquid was. They're like, this is neither artificial or organic. Like there's nothing like we have on Earth. We've never seen this stuff.
Whoa.
And they couldn't carbon date any aspect of it because of how it was preserved and whatnot. So this is where it gets a little kooky.
This lady died 6 hours ago? No.
But what they did was they took the coal around the area where she was found, and they carbon dated it to 800 million to 50 million years ago.
Okay.
Which that's like, okay.
Yeah.
And this is also in the 60s, like when they're doing this carbon dating.
Yeah.
But then immediately after that, all the miners were fired, and they brought in new miners that didn't know anything that happened there.
Yeah.
Witnesses were told to shut up, don't talk about it. And then around the coal mine, they had armed military the whole time. And the coal mine eventually shut down in, I think it was 1972. But the same village in 1973, there was people out on this lake, and there's this little island in the middle of this lake. They found 2 more sarcophagus that looked exactly like that. But they were immediately, military got wind of it, airlifted to Moscow, never heard of it again. And it was in the 70s that these news reporters were writing about this. And the KGB was like, this isn't real. None of you guys stop talking about this. And they're, in fact, arrested for spilling false information.
Dude.
And then it wasn't until the SSR dissolved in the 90s that an article came out in 2002 talking about this sarcophagus. But to this day, Russia denies it. They're like, don't know what you're talking about.
No information.
No information.
No, like we don't know where she's from or where like this stuff is.
Nothing. But there were so many eyewitnesses, and like I watched the interviews with them. We'll put the link in the bio. The video does a really good job explaining it. It's what's it called? Shout out to the YouTube channel. They have really cool stories.
Dude, that's
Universe Inside You.
Okay.
That's the YouTube channel. But yeah, it's like, don't know what it was. Don't know what.
Yeah, like I want to know like what type of tomb was it? Like what type of like did it look Egyptian? Did who knows? Like
it's weird that she looked Aryan.
Yeah. Well, I also thought it was weird. I know people said it was a hoax or whatever, but it was also in Siberia at a coal mine, I believe, where they found that fallen angel statue.
Yeah.
Pulled it up from the ground.
People said that was a hoax too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they speculate that Tartaria was also in that region?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Which I want to do. Dude, it's so hard to find information on Tartaria.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
But I did find this one video. It was a really boring video, and I could only get like 30 minutes into it. Mm-hmm. It was this guy who taught history for like school. What?
You're like, it's so hard to find information. I found this super long video, but I couldn't make it into it because it was boring.
No, but
so the information could be out there, but there just isn't pictures.
No. It's like, so this guy, it was this old history book. It was like in the 1890s or something, talking about Tartaria.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it like he didn't get into like specifics of like what it was, but he just mentioned Tartaria so many times.
Wow.
Weird.
And like it was like a known fact that this was an empire.
Common knowledge.
Yeah.
Thing in the past.
But now it's just like you say Tartaria and you're like, okay, conspiracy theorist.
You are arrested.
You cannot speak of this.
Is there an explanation for the dragon on their flag? Not Tartaria, but Russia.
I'm sure there is,
Russia doesn't have a
or
flag.
what's the?
It was Tartaria that had the dragon on the flag supposedly.
Yeah, but then someone has their flag has
it was before the Soviet Union. Russia did have the man on the horse
that's what
stabbing the dragon.
Yeah, but I don't know the backstory on that flag.
Yeah, there's something I think that represented, like they say, like Satan, like defeating Satan, kind of thing.
Or real dragons. Maybe they had a lot of dragons in Russia.
Or real dragons.
Or
I say
Tartaria.
that's probably the most realistic thing.
Yeah.
Was this woman really tall? Did they talk about how tall she was?
They did not, but they said she looked like she was between the ages of 25 and 30.
Oh, youth.
Yeah.
Darn.
That's your age.
I'm between the ages of 25, but I'm an old 26.
Yeah, but I mean, the only proof they have now is it's literally just from the eyewitnesses.
I also love the fact
eyewitnesses aren't reliable, Josh.
The fact that you said the black box that she was encapsulated with was her phone. And I just feel like that's such a hilarious commentary on addiction to phone. It's like, preserve me, but with my phone.
They just said it looked the eyewitnesses now today say like that could have been something like a communication device.
Yeah, something weird.
Yeah.
That's
Why would you want
strange.
to be buried with it? So you could talk to your other friends in the pink goo?
I don't know.
Probably had plans on it, certain codes on it. You know why? Because in 1969, we also went to the moon.
Yeah, we did.
Supposedly.
Oh.
Perhaps.
There's something
Could
in
have
my
had, like-
pants biting me.
That's sketchy.
Mosquitoes.
It is
I just
mosquitoes.
put some in here.
It could have had like, like information, like if it was someone being preserved from some point, they're like, we don't know how the brain's going to handle this. So here's a history and info.
That's wild, dude.
I don't know.
Could you imagine just seeing something like that? I can't even I've never seen a mummy or like, anyone preserved like that, like in museums. That would be such a trippy thing to be looking in the eyes of a person that's existed thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago. Like that's.
Yeah.
What if this is a unhinged theory?
Go.
What if it was a wife of one of the fallen angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Like a human wife, like one of the women that were taken.
Yeah. And that they wanted to
Honor
preserve
her.
them. Yeah,
Huh?
not let them decompose.
Do you think they loved each other?
I don't know.
what if the black box was
I
just a
don't know.
timer? And it was like, oh, wake up.
Wake up.
But she needed the pink juice in order to.
The pink juice.
I keep saying pink juice because I keep thinking of the pink juice that they drank in the gay program. That people see. So probably was the same pink juice.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Heyo.
It did
Also
drive 'em
interesting,
crazy.
when Austin Powers exits his cryo chamber, isn't he dipped in red goo?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it
I think
is.
so.
Mm-hmm.
They also said that all the dudes that opened the sarcophagus, within like a couple months, they all died in really weird ways.
Yeah.
KGB related or spooky related?
Probably KGB related.
Yeah.
I would assume because one was like hit by a car, the other one drowned.
He was bleeding pink whenever they got to the crime scene.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's a wild story. Oh, and they call her the Tisul princess.
Tisul princess.
Tisul.
Tisul.
Tisul
princess.
And that is named after the region in Siberia. Tisul.
Nice.
Yeah. Tisul princess.
Anastasia is probably one of my favorite Disney movies, and that's based in Russia. I didn't even put it together until I got older.
Speaking of Disney,
Yeah. Disney.
did you
What
know
about
that
it?
he was a Rosicrucian?
Was he really?
What?
Walt Disney was a Rosicrucian.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
And
he was
so
out
is
here
George Washington.
fraternizing.
George Washington was a Rosicrucian.
He
Who
wasn't
else?
a Freemason, or could you double dip?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could double dip.
Oh.
Boys clubs are the coolest.
I want to. I have this topic, and it's really interesting.
You want to spend more time on it, though?
Maybe. It's about
Maybe.
it's about the Knights Templar.
Oh. Sounds
And
fun.
It's wild.
I
wanna-
want wait on it.
I don't know.
You want me to talk about Ruby Ridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
cool.
say the Knights Templar for.
Okay.
But it's wild.
Yeah. Have you heard the story of Ruby Ridge?
No.
Okay.
Love
So
this
this is a story that happened in 1992. This is in northern Idaho, about 40 miles away from Canada. So back a long time ago, there was this man named Randy Weaver. He was a Green Beret in the Army, right? So tough dude. And while he's in the Army, he meets his wife, Vicky. Not the wife at the time. He meets a girl named Vicky. They become later married. And they fall in love, and they both start sharing same ideas. Listen, we want to get off the grid. We want to raise a family. We want to have horses and animals and all these things. So he retires. He grabs his wife, Vicky. They move to northern Idaho. They buy a place on Ruby Ridge. It's just an area in Idaho. So they start living there. Years go by, and in 1992, apparently there's some type of conflict. There's apparently he was reached out to become an informant for the ATF, and he said no. He didn't want any involvement. He wanted to stay home. And then some type of gun issue came up where they're like, he has an illegal firearm on his property. And so there was a letter sent out to him saying this is the court date. It had the wrong court date on it. He missed his court date. Not a big deal. It was completely like there was nothing he was hiding. He was just there. So the FBI and the ATF, they team up and they start thinking, okay, how do we handle this guy? Because he's obviously a Green Beret. He's in the army. He's not an easy dude to mess with, I imagine, if you're on the wrong side of his aggression, right? So they say, well, let's go surveil him at his place and his property. So they send a team out there, but not just any team. They don't go up and knock on the door. They don't do anything. There's no intercom saying, hey, can we come out and talk to you? What they do is they send a team of FBI agents in ghillie suits.
What's that? Like
the literally like the camouflage long threaded.
It's a sniper team.
Yeah. So they're to be impossible to see camouflage within the forest. So they go and they sit up and they're looking at this dude's house. Now, he has a family within that house. His 14-year-old son, Sam, scrawny little kid, walking his dog along a trail outside their home, chilling, having a great day. Then suddenly his dog starts barking. Stryker, the dog, starts barking toward the woods. He sees some movement. The guy gets up. The FBI shoots the dog, hits him in the spine, doesn't kill him. The dog starts yelping. Randy Weaver in the house comes out. He hears the dog barking. The boy sees some men in ghillie suits standing in the woods. He takes up his gun that he had.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Shoots, apparently. There is some conspiracy that he's not the one who shot the FBI because they said they had there was a bullet in one of the FBI's backpack, so they thought it could even be friendly fire. No matter what, the story is apparently the kid shoots this FBI agent, not knowing who he was.
Sure.
Kills him.
Oh.
And then the boy starts running back to his house. The FBI agent next to the other one aims his gun and shoots his son, Sam, in the back.
Oh.
Killing him. Randy's on his porch freaking out.
Right.
Gets back inside, barricades him and his wife and his children. He had a friend there, Kevin, as well. And things just hit the fan. This goes on for 10 days.
10 days?
It is literally just a full on, what do you call those? Like just
It's a hostage.
a firefight, basically.
Yeah.
Just like they're shutting it down. They're trying to get him to come out. He will not come out. He has no idea what's happening. He just witnessed his dog and his son be murdered
by men in ghillie suits.
Men in ghillie suits. He's from Vietnam. He went to war. Like, he knows how this is happening. Like, what's happening. He has no idea why this is happening, though. And so he goes out. They take shots. They shoot Randy in the arm at one point. They shoot at his friend Kevin at one point and miss, and unfortunately hit his wife in the head while she's holding their daughter.
This is a terrible story.
This is a terrible story.
True
but
story.
the thing is, this is a true story. This happens, and they have to bring in one of Randy Weaver's old friends from the Army to come and talk to him to convince him to walk out of the house.
His commander.
He does. He talks with these people, and guess what? They find out not a big deal. No illegal weapons, nothing on. He was not doing anything wrong, anything illegal. He wanted to live off the grid with his wife and his family. The FBI takes him. They arrest him. Nothing stands. They did the one thing that he did get was like missing his court date, right? And so it's like nothing. He gets awarded $3.1 million after the fact.
That's it?
But before he was awarded that money, the FBI walked away saying this was a success and awarded the men that were fighting against Randy Weaver. They gave them awards. And so I watched this I remember hearing about it a long time ago, but then I watched the podcast with his daughter as an adult now, sharing the whole story about how, like, literally they were just Christian people. They were really kind of getting sick of the government, and they said, let's just leave it all. And they weren't doing anything. They weren't being aggressive. They were not any type of messaging. They went out there to live their lives, and these people literally just took advantage of his family. Literally took his family lives away from him.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's wild.
Did
And
the
so
wife
it just
die? The wife died.
The wife died
instantly.
Yeah. So they had to keep their son's body, the wife's body, literally there for 10 days inside the house in the shed. Like, it's like, I can't even imagine the amount of frustration this dude feels, because he still goes around, he still talks, people still meet him. Like, it's a tough thing, dude. It's crazy.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't understand though, like how. So he had what is an illegal firearm? Did he like keep a bazooka? Or
Apparently
something?
somebody bought 2 sawed-off shotguns from him. There was a rumor of that or something.
Oh.
They changed laws on what guns are legal. Like you used to be able to buy a fully automatic, and I don't know. I guess it was a shotgun thing, but they can change laws, and we need that back or whatever you need to.
But there was nobody going up and just talking with him. There was no They made it into such a huge thing, and it turned into it was like a Waco type of situation.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible.
It was an invasion of privacy with no just cause.
That's a horrible story.
It's terrible. And but it's just proof of the government can literally do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary. And that's why they went away. That's why they chose to live that life, is to get away from all that baloney. But it blows my mind. And it's just one of those stories that nothing happened. It's nothing happened to the guys, and the people weren't arrested.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bummer. I feel sad.
I feel sad now.
Ew, man.
Yeah. You feel like you're on the terror ship right now, huh?
Yeah.
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 I'm cold.
Heart hurts.
I want some lead, baby.
Ouch.
Oh, golly.
Wow.
Feeling kind of sad.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Try to laugh it off now.
All right, this is the last thing.
Okay.
It's very short.
Very short.
This radar picked up the weather radar or whatever. Mm-hmm. This was in Mexico, and this anomaly happened over Mexico where the radar picked up this image.
Hold on.
What?
And it looks exactly like the Hadron Collider.
CERN.
Yeah, CERN. Almost identical.
It also looks like a lot of crop circles, though, too.
That's what the CERN looks like, the collider.
Oh, gosh.
And this one post, which I want to do more research into this, but apparently there's over 30,000 particle accelerators in operation around the world.
What's a particle accelerator?
For the audience who don't know.
It's the CERN.
Yeah, but what does it do? Remind me.
It's to find the God particle, basically.
Which has what implications?
Of
what?
Just go watch our first episode.
I remember talking about it with you guys, but what does it do?
It's the particle that makes they think the God particle is the particle that it would make up dark matter and
evil. Not
necessarily evil, but this particle that we don't understand. That makes up everything.
They're just dabbling in the dark arts.
Yeah.
Just creationism. Just literally trying to become God, which has always been a good thing, a good sign of humans. When we try to become God, good things happen.
Good things happen.
Always have, always will.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Don't do that.
Just live your life the way you're supposed to.
As a man, as a mortal, not as a god. Stop it.
Quit burying yourself in sarcophagus around pink juice.
Yeah. Pink juice?
Pink juice.
Oh. Yeah. Anyways, I have a story about Shaquille O'Neal for the Patreon.
Ooh, and I got to talk about how AI can't spell strawberry.
There's
a whole conspiracy behind why AI can't figure out how many R's in the word strawberry.
I saw that.
I had a chat with it, and it is a real thing. They could not figure it out.
All right, let's talk about it on Patreon.
Well,
Patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies.
Download the app today. You can watch hundreds of hours of content, behind the scene footage, literally half episodes that you've never seen that we still talk about a ton of things. We have every guest we've had on. Dusty Slay was on. Blurry Creatures.
Lily.
We get some Sunday Cool swag coupons. I mean, discounts, not coupons. We don't have coupons no more. Coupons are the things of the past.
I'm the coupon fan.
And a coupon.
Also, go to SundayCoolSwag.com. Get you some Ninjas merch and our new bumper sticker, Deep State 24.
Right in time for the political season, baby. We're voting for the Deep State.
Funny.
Go get it.
No matter who wins, the Deep State really does win. Yeah, at the end of the day. So that is honestly the only winning bumper sticker you can actually have.
Yes.
You know for a fact it's going to be a winner.
Yes. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, subscribe because it does help.
Comment if you're allowed to comment, and leave a review. If you've listened to this podcast, you like it, and you've never left a review, you're like, I'm not a review person. Get over it. Do it one time.
It really helps us.
It literally helps us. It's going to get it out. We've been climbing up the rankings, and it's only because you guys do it.
And if you work for an organization that needs custom apparel,
Like-
SundayCool.com.
Wow, where'd you get that polo?
Here.
Cool.
We do polos.
I got this new shirt on SundayCoolSwag.com.
Ooh.
Fat Earth Society, baby. We love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. What do they comment?
Holiday.
Yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah, what's your holiday?
Or just say holiday.
Holiday.
All right, guys. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. I said empty your mind. You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Celebrate. It's gonna be. You can't get out of it. We just